Hello everyone, welcome to episode 4 of It's Java Time. In today's episode, we'll be exploring the conditional constructs, one type which is the if-else. And it's a very simple concept, so let's get started. The if-else construct or the conditional construct is basically just like it sounds. A conditional construct, as in, let's say an arithmetic statement or a relational statement or a variable, simple variable, has to pass a condition that you have in order to show a certain output. That's when conditional constructs come in use. So in this if-else, if and the condition inside it, and then below that will be if the statement passes the condition you've written, then what's the output, and else, that is if the statement does not pass the condition in the if condition, the one that you write, then what will happen is in the else statement. And now there's another version of it which is if, else if, and else. That is the statement, this arithmetic or relational or variable, whatever that you have it is. If it just has to pass through either one of the conditions, then you have if and you have else if. Passes through it, well and good, you'll give the output whatever you require. And if it doesn't pass through either of them, then comes the else, and whatever statement could be, probably did not enter a valid input, anything like that. And this will make more sense when we see it practically, so let's go do that now. Okay, so let's start writing a program for if and else to test this conditional construct. Let's write a program that talks about age limit to the amusement park. Okay, so here we're going to declare one variable, Sarah, and let's say her age is 18 or 15, just for now. And then we'll put in the conditions. For different ages, there are different restrictions and allowances. So let's say if you're 18 or above, you'll be allowed to go to the amusement park. If you're 12 or above, then you'll need parent consent, parent guidance. And then if you are below 12 then or above 55, you'll have to go and sit in the lounge and have fun over there. So these are the three conditions that an input can match. So if it matches any of these three, we're going to give it an output as to what to do as per the person's age. But if we get some other input other than these three, anything that does not match these three, then we'll say probably input a valid input, which means we do not get the kind of input we wanted. Now let's just check this program. Did you see what happened? She's 15. This was just an if-else program. Now let's start with if-else if, which I stated just before this. So now if-else, only 18 above, she could go to the amusement park, which is not so fair at times, right? So now we're going to make it more advanced, not advanced as in more intricate, so that it matches real-time use. And here right now we're just declaring one variable and testing it against all these conditions, but it would be more useful and interactive and actually purposeful to the real life if we use scanner class, which we'll be exploring in later episodes. This scanner class allows you to take an input from the user. So instead of us declaring Sarah's age, we can ask the user what is your age, and based on that we can give them the output. Okay, now we'll just test it with different kind of inputs. For now it's 15, so what do you think will be the output? She is definitely above 12, so I think it'll be allowed with parent supervision. Let's quickly write the last condition for else if before we run and check the program, which is below 12 or above 55. So too young or too old, then I'm gonna have to sit in the lounge. So these things, this is just one application. You could also use it for bank accounts. Let's say you're trying to verify that say it's the same person or it's the current person logging in. You can ask them for different details, check against those, ask them one, and then let's say, are you opening a savings account or a current account? And then with that we can start verifying different details, as in it could be the PIN code, and this is actually an example of nested if, which is an if in an if, which we will see later. But yeah, if you're following the program, we just changed the age and checked. She's 7, which is below 12, so there. And that's all for episode 4 of It's Java Time. Let me know if you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions down in the comments below, I will answer them. See you next time. Bye bye.